Good afternoon, everyone. Mike and Corey here today. We have three exciting topics with another bonus awards presentation. First, wobbling economy. That's what we have. That's what people believe we have. So, what's the Fed going to do about that? What does that mean in terms of if we're going to have a recession, the percentages? Next, I call it good news. When prices go down, it's not always good news, but we always talk about inflation and how bad that is. So, deflation, is that a good thing? Probably not, but I'm going to share some items where prices have went down and you could rush out and buy them and that'll make the prices go up again. And then Corey's going to talk about when the market goes down. We're going to look at kind of an analysis when the markets drop 20%. What's it done after that? And he has a historical graph to share. And then finally, we'll show our latest award presentation. As we get started, this is a financial education presentation. You must do your own due diligence on anything that you hear in this presentation. More disclaimer information can be found on ankerstarwealth.com, and the opinions expressed are mine and Corey's alone. So let me share this screen. The Fed is meeting. I believe it's right now, but they didn't call me in. They did not invite me to this meeting, so I just have to wait. But everyone's wondering, what's the Fed going to do? When are they going to cut interest rates? I think there's very few people believe that they're actually going to raise them at this point. But the odds of a recession they have now on this article is up to 53%, or at least in the next year. Originally, just a few months ago, it was only 22%. So now it's a coin flip. But with the Fed, and here's today's decision or coming up as far as keep rates unchanged. In March, they thought it was 56% was going to leave the rates unchanged. Now that's down to 26%. And the majority believe that they will cut rates. And that they cut rates, that stimulates the economy, that gives companies cheaper money that they can borrow and invest to, build out their business, do whatever they want. And that's generally what companies want, cheap money. I think we all want that, right? We all want to be able to borrow to buy a house and pay a lower interest rate. And eventually, hopefully we'll see those interest rates come down. So that's kind of the bad side. The economy's wobbling. That's why the bad news is sometimes good news. But here's where prices are falling on some purchases, but the economists, of course, say they're not here to stay. So you remember when eggs shot up at like whatever 200 or 300%, and you were like having to mortgage your house to go buy a dozen eggs. Well, now some prices have come down, but what has come down? So food at home. So for any of you that actually cook at home, which is actually a great way to save money, tomatoes down 8%, lettuce down 5%. Wow, I could see a sandwich already. Peanuts, I think, down 2.5%. And a few other lunch meats. So guess what? It's less expensive to eat at home, and it's even more or less expensive. So good deal. Something you may have noticed, gas prices have come down. That one we definitely like, down 10%. And then some other items, dishes, flatware, car, truck rental. I like this. Sports vehicles, including bicycles. Does anybody consider a bicycle a sport vehicle? Probably not. And some other things. Even whiskey at home has come down in price. So these are items that we're starting to see, and what could cause the price to come down? Inventory. So when inventory starts to build up and nobody's buying it, or cars are sitting there waiting to be rented, that is when they say, we better cut the prices so they'll get picked up. Corey, have you noticed any of these?
Have you noticed that our internet went out for a couple minutes over here? Did you see me go?
Oh, I heard something click, but hopefully the recording's still working.
Okay, have I seen those prices go down? Oh, I can't say that I have. I haven't noticed it. It's been sneaky.
Better go out and buy some tomatoes and report back. And you had to note gases went down.
Oh yeah, no, definitely on the gas.
Okay. I think the big one that I want to see go down, it's a mixed thing, right? I own a house. I want to see house prices come down so they're more affordable for people waiting to buy. Of course, I'm not selling my house. If I was selling my house, I don't want to see them come down. I think when you see house prices or rent prices come down, that's when we know inflation is truly tamed. It doesn't even have to come down, just decrease more slowly. So Corey, why don't you show us some news on what happens on a market when it drops 20%?
Yeah, pretty interesting. They call these a spaghetti chart. This was shared by Jurian Timmer from Fidelity. Why is it spaghetti? Well, you can be the judge of that. So here we've got what happens after 20% drawdown. That dark, bold black line, that's right now. And it's looking pretty good. It's actually kind of tied for the best possible outcome after a 20% drawdown ever. And what is that purple line that it's tied with? It's tied with 2018 when Trump and Powell were going at it in 2018.
Wow.
History has a way of coming back, doesn't it? Isn't it funny, Mike, that it's the same kind of and it was tariffs in 2018 too, but it was more rates and stuff too. But yeah, Trump
glad to see it following that purple line towards a 40% gain in the next year. You can see the drops or the rebound. The green line is the inflation period of the 1970s. The blue line of the highest one, that is basically the build up to the dot-com bust, and we definitely don't want to see that. Is the award that we gave out, and I'm going to press play and you can see this video, and then we will close this call out.
We did have a contest. We had 2 contests a little bit ago. We had our AW Stock Madness, where you were able to pick your individual stock and see how it went through the 64 stock bracket. Our winner for that was in Ohio, so Cindy Patterson won that side of it. She was already presented her prize earlier today on video, and if you notice, yes, Scott, you're about to be on video because Candace is videoing it. But we also had a March Madness competition of basketball, and had Houston not tubed it right at the end there, I would have won, but I didn't win. Scott won, so Scott, come on up.
Good job, Scott.
Some other team beat Houston, I don't even remember because it doesn't matter. But here is your highly coveted Ankerstar Wealth Silver Bowl.
Nice.
Thank you. Well done for your stock picking.
And thanks everybody. Have a good one. Bye.